It is 12:25 p.m. and I haven't made a video for today yet to just go over some thoughts, and I figured that I should do it now before it gets towards the end of the day or after the market is closed and the charts look very squished together. There wasn't anything too huge. I did have an interest with AABB even though it doesn't have like a nice daily chart. I like how it had like a little bit of a gap down and it started the downtrend. And I was watching this and it was looking nice and I had an interest to buy 10,000 shares. And I just did not, get a part of this because this thing just shot up with one green candle, unfortunately. So, whenever something like that happens, it just trades with a spread or something, it's just too bad. But maybe if I could be more aggressive, I can be a part of it. But whenever a stock just in general trades with a spread, it's just less likely to be something that I'm going to put any money in. But this one did make an uptrend in theory from the 52 level. It did get to the 52.9 level and then it held around VWAP and it broke a bit higher. The volume kind of dried up, but I do like the pattern here. I just wish it didn't do this big ugly green candle and do something a little more consistent that I guess more people would be willing to put their money in. I was also looking at ILUS. It did have a quick downtrend. It was too much of a widespread for me to be interested in it. It did do another one. Again, not really ideal the way it's trading. I think it's just because it has less volume. And I did have a setup here. It's about time I had a trade with ILUS that didn't work out. And this was a symmetrical triangle setup. As you can see, the high started to get lower and the low started to get a bit higher. So there was that breakout point and it broke under it. So that was a bearish move, a downtrend. And I did long it because it was looking like it was trying to break the upper part of it at some point. And that was at 1051. I did buy 2,000 shares at 1135. So that was right here at 1051. I got in this bottom section of the red candle. And I was going to get out of it if it looked like we were going to break the 11.2 level. And after I was in, it was looking really bad. The price action was showing a lot of people at the ask was showing up. A lot of people were dumping their shares at the bid. A lot of things were not going in favor for it. I did try to sell my position at 11.3, but what happened was is that they were all taken out, and that was at 10:57. I wasn't able to get a sell at 11.3, and then when it started to break that 11.3 level that was holding for a while, I did get out eventually at 11.2, which was here at 10:58, and I avoided this downtrend all the way to 10 cents, and it has made a move back, but I'm not too interested in trading this one anymore. I don't see any clear setups that I would want to consider other than maybe just a break past VWAP and it can try to make a run towards the end of the day. And I'll be looking at stuff like that. But at this point, I just don't see anything super nice right now, especially because it is around 12 o'clock. So, if I were to consider something, it would be a setup that I would hold for a longer period of time. I do like how it's trying to hold this line here, and maybe this could be a setup where, it had a downtrend, trades back and forth, had a bit of a panic, wiped out some sellers ideally, and regained itself, and now it's trading around this level. And if we break above VWAP, especially if we have all this support here at the bid, maybe this could be something that can uptrend over a longer period of time, especially following this line right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it with ILUS. GEGI is trying to uptrend, but I just don't like the stock the way it's been trading. It's kind of ugly. This one I will continue to watch. This will be nice for like a really big morning panic bounce setup. It looks like it broke out of this, I guess, this 13.5 range, and it's continue the uptrend, but the volume isn't really that nice. This one is also uptrending. I did see it when it broke above this 40 level, but again, the volume isn't just enough for me to, really consider a setup. I'll be continuously watching ILUS, not so much because it is the middle of the day, and I'll make an update later. I might consider a longer term hold with the thing that I went over in mind, but it could also just be running out of steam and it could try to make a head and shoulders, like a shoulder, a head, and then maybe it makes a shoulder, it breaks the line, and then it downtrends. So, yeah, with all that in mind, I'll make an update later. Okay, it is 1:04 a.m. and I am here to call it off. Overall, I'm going to be down on the day just $3 with that one trade with ILUS, and that was that symmetrical setup. I got in it because it was looking like it was going to break the upper part and be a long setup, but it actually ended up breaking under, and that made it a bearish setup. And a little salty, sure, because the setup didn't work out, but not all setups are going to work out. And there was also that chance that I could have sold at 11.3, and I would have been able to have been, I guess losing a lot less than what I did. And yeah, it did do the thing I was talking about eventually, because it did continue to hold this trend line right here for the most part. And I guess after it had this dip right here and all this volume, wiped out a bunch of sellers, and then it continued to uptrend and put up higher lows around the VWAP level, and then it eventually made an uptrend. But at this point, I'll be looking at considering dip buy setups. I won't be looking at this too much for any breakout setups. I feel like it's running out of momentum, at least right now. It might need to take some kind of a break, and I'll continuously be watching it. This one is interesting. This one is interesting too, and I want to see what it can do if it can continue the uptrend and offer volume. Maybe GEGI can offer a good reversal setup at some point, but I just want to see. I'm gonna be very lenient and hesitant when it comes to potential trade, just because of the way this one trades. And AABB did offer that morning panic bounce play in theory setup, but it just had that crappy big widespread candle. That's pretty much it for today. And yeah, I look forward to the last day on Friday for the week, God willing.